To the deadly school shooting in Parkland and reacting to the Trump administration report on school safety.
It addresses, among other things, guns, gun control, and arming teachers. CBS 4's Carrie Codd is live in Fort Lauderdale with what South Florida's top educators think about the report. Carrie.
That's right. The report is being criticized by some for not taking a closer look at the proliferation of guns and their availability to young people. In fact, during yesterday's rollout of this report, President Trump said that he believes that teachers should be armed and trained on school campuses. Tonight, school superintendents in Broward and Miami-Dade are reacting to the president's words. President Donald Trump's Federal Commission on School Safety recommended arming teachers and staff in response to school shootings like the one at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School last February.
It's critical to have armed personnel available at a moment's notice, allowing highly trained school personnel to have access to firearms.
It's an idea also recommended last week by the Marjory Stoneman Douglas Public Safety Commission. That commission said confessed shooter Nicholas Cruz was able to reload his weapon numerous times, and that if an armed teacher or staff member had been in the building, they might have been able to stop Cruz. But in South Florida, the recommendation to arm teachers is a non-starter, with school superintendents in Broward and Miami-Dade.
That isn't something that we would endorse or encourage.
Our teachers, quite frankly, reject the notion that above and beyond their responsibility of inspiring and teaching, they should carry weapons and be responsible for the ultimate protection of children.
South Florida school district leaders say the proper people to carry guns at school are trained officers. Broward School Superintendent Robert Runcie said teachers deserve higher pay, not the responsibility of carrying guns on campus.
I'd rather think about arming teachers with funding and salary that's appropriate for the work they're doing.
At Tuesday's meeting in Washington, Ryan Petty, whose daughter Elena was murdered at Stoneman Douglas, urged all sides to put aside their differences over what's in the report and work together to keep schools and students safe.
Rather than fighting over the things we don't like or we think are missing, that as a nation we'll come together and focus on the things we do agree on, because 99% of this I think we can agree on.
In addition to arming school staff or teachers, President Trump's commission looked at raising the age for gun purchases. They found that modifying the minimum age of firearm purchase is unlikely to be an effective method for preventing or reducing school shootings. The commission did recommend an expansion of red flag laws that would temporarily restrict firearms access by individuals found to be a danger to themselves or others. Florida instituted a red flag law after the Parkland shooting. School leaders in South Florida say they were disappointed that President Trump's School Safety Commission did not take a deeper dive into the gun issue and how it has impacted school shootings.
It's an inconvenient truth in America that young people and those who sometimes, quite frankly, have mental impairments are having easy access to firearms, and that needs to be looked at.
I spoke with Fred Guttenberg, whose daughter Jamie was murdered at Marjory Stoneman Douglas. He echoed what Superintendent Carvalho said, that he felt this report should take a closer look at gun violence. He said he could not support this report because, quote, you can't remove guns from gun violence, and this plan attempted to do that. Live in Fort Lauderdale, Carrie Codd, CBS 4 News.